Today I'm going to show you some of my recent thrifted finds and how I incorporate those immediately into my home decor, including my bedroom, which I'm decorating for spring. Welcome to the Peaceful Home. I don't know if I can even call this a haul because a haul implies something large, and this is pretty small. In a recent video, I talked about my #1 tip to be a thrifter and not clutter up your home, and that is to make every purchase be intentional. Almost everything you buy should already have a place in mind, a place where you're going to put it or where you're going to store it for a holiday or event. But we don't just buy random things because we like them and we have no idea where they're gonna go. This last weekend, I went into town for an estate sale, and I went by a yard sale, but I didn't find anything there. And then I headed to the nearby town of Springville, where I went to the station, one of my favorite stores, and also to the little thrift store that's across the street. Now, my daughter Joanna was out of town, and she actually asked if I would go to this estate sale because she saw this in the photo, this beautiful wedding ring quilt, and it was only $5. It is worn, but I'm guessing she might want to deconstruct it a bit or take it apart for smaller projects. I'm not sure what she's gonna do with it, but because I was there, I found a couple of other things, including this quilt. This quilt appears to be in beautiful condition. It was $12, really gorgeous, like 60s fabrics. And my daughter Michaela wanted this one. Now, both of my girls have Instagram channels. Michaela does YouTube because she actually makes coats out of quilts. So if you're interested in learning how to sew with quilts, or you want to check out her website, I will link those below. But this was a beautiful find. This was $12 for a twin size. I also got this pillow. And I saw this and right away, I knew this had to be mine. I actually had seen some ruffled pillows on Pine and Prospect Home that Andrea had got from Amazon, I believe. And she has 3 of them on her bed, and it's a larger check with a ruffle edge, and I loved those. And I was very tempted to buy them because I love them so much, but I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna see if I can find something at a thrift store. And I found this check. It's smaller, it has a tailored sham, no ruffle, but I love it. And it's nice and large. It can be the main pillow that goes across my bed. And I'm changing out all my bedding today, so I can't wait to try it in there. Next is this beautiful ironstone pitcher. It's not like any of the ones that I have in my collection. Every once in a while, I will purchase one and bring it home and realize I have the exact same one. But this one is completely unique. W. Adams and Sons, England, real ironstone. And it's so pretty. I'm thinking I'm gonna put this with some flowers into my bedroom. Next stop was the little thrift store, and I found some pillow protectors. If you don't use these, I highly recommend them. I can link similar ones below. I love these. They go on all of my pillows. They are a zipper close. They go on over your pillow, and then your pillowcase or pillow sham goes over that. I love these so much because while you can wash your pillowcases, it's very difficult to wash pillows, and this gives an added layer of protection. So where your pillow maybe would get spots on it, it's gonna be this protector, and you can pull it off and wash it, put it right back on. So I got 2 of those. And then I found this beautiful embroidered pillowcase. This is the only thing that technically does not have a place, but it's going in my linen closet because I love to collect these and use them for just about any of the rooms for bedding. And this one was so pretty, and these were like 50 cents each. I also picked up 2 white shams, and these are very plain, just a simple edge and an envelope back, and I'm going to be using these in my room today as well. When I popped over to the station, which is a vintage and antique shop, it's amazing. I just did a video on it, and I will link that below if you missed it. I picked up this beautiful stained glass. None of of the glass is actually stained. It's all clear, but I thought this was so gorgeous. And what I was thinking is that on my mantle, I showed you guys that already, I have a mirror on the right side and I stole it from my bedroom. I'm always shopping my home and moving things from place to place, but I took it off of my mirror wall, and while it looks really great here, I now have a hole in the bedroom. And I was looking to see if I could find another mirror to go there, but I found this, so I thought I could try this above the mantle. So I'll do that first, and then we'll head upstairs and get to work on my master bedroom.
Well, I do like it, but I like the mirror better, so this is probably a temporary solution. I began by doing a thorough cleaning of my room. I needed to put away toys that the grandkids left out. Normally they pick up everything, but they left to go out of state, so I tidied up and did some dusting and clearing the floor so that I could vacuum. This is just a great way to do spring cleaning. You motivate yourself by having some new things to put in your space, and it just gives you that incentive to get everything sparkly clean, decluttered, and ready to decorate. I have this vintage coverlet that is so beautiful, but it is a bedspread, and so those typically go to the floor, and they're made to cover your pillows at the head of the bed. And so comforters that we use are much shorter. And because I make the bed every day, this is just too long. So I wanted to trim off some and put a new hem on. I found that this magazine was the exact width that I needed to remove. So I used it as my measuring guide so that I could trim off about 10 inches. I keep all of my sewing supplies in this armoire, and it's really nice to be able to just grab my sewing machine and set it up wherever I want to work. And I have all my supplies in this tray so that I can grab the thread and put the tray wherever it is that I'm sewing, and then just put it back when I'm done. Now you might be wondering why I would cut this coverlet, but the thing is, I believe very strongly in making things work for you. So it doesn't do me any good if this is too big for my bed. So I was willing to trim it. I just folded over about an inch and folded it one more time and sewed near the edge. And it just took me about 5 minutes. It was really quick, and it's going to be so much easier to make my bed now.
These figs are just gorgeous. The branches are quite thick, so it would be for a large arrangement, not a small one, but I think some of these would be beautiful. I also love this bush. These would be really pretty too. And then of course I've got this, I want to say it's a potato vine. If you know, could you comment below? I can't remember what this is called, but it blooms year round. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I love clipping these for arrangements. Right now the wildflowers are at their height. Beautiful yellow, and the white ones are kind of sparse this year. Normally we just see white fields. I'm not gonna balance on the line for you. Just step over. These purple ones are really pretty, not great for arrangements. They're very sticky. So they have this weird substance and they stick to everything, but they're very pretty in the yard. Now this is the bush I normally take the flowers from, in the fall. You can see one of the dead pieces down there. They shoot up these beautiful brown plumes, but in the spring, the greens are really lovely. Kind of a lamb's ear, pale green color.
It was such a gorgeous day. It was actually a little chilly still, but the sun was out and it was just beautiful. The hills are so green right now. And it's a good opportunity to do a little bit of pruning and then be able to use all of the clippings for arrangements in the house. And this is a really inexpensive way to get arrangements. A lot of times I will find stuff even on the roadside and gather that as well. I've actually never shown you guys a tour of our property. It would be kind of fun to do. Comment below if you'd be interested in that. Almost immediately, I realized these fig branches were too big for this antique picture I had. And so I grabbed my sturdy terracotta pot. I took the faux flowers out and began to put the arrangement in that. I wasn't even sure that this was watertight. So I did fill it up with water, and I know now that it is holding water great. And then I went ahead and used the other clippings for this picture, and I'm planning on putting that in my bedroom. Time to put my mirror back in its spot and complete the mirror wall once again. I have thought about maybe taking this down. It's been up for 7 years since we moved in, but I do really like it. Now that I've got the coverlet a little bit shorter, I'm ready to make the bed. The 2 pillow shams that I bought, I didn't realize how much brighter one was than the other. And so I'm going to need to probably bleach the darker one. One thing that I really take into consideration is what am I willing to do every single day in making my bed? And yes, you could have 10 pillows and 2 extra throws, but is it worth it to you? For some people it is. They're willing to put forth the energy, but I'm not. So I think, what am I willing to do every day to make my bed? I put some faux stems in my new ironstone pitcher, and I moved the ivy over to my husband's side onto his nightstand and just continued to tidy up the room. And the arrangement that I worked on, I brought in and put on the chest. And I think it just adds this pop of color that is so beautiful. We finished the shiplap walls a few weeks ago, and I debated on artwork, and we decided to put this large oil painting up above the bed. I think it looks great. I love the touch of gold coming in through the frame. And it did sit on this table before, and so I'm going to have to find something new to do on this wall. If you love to buy secondhand, I encourage you to slow down. Be very intentional about what you buy. Make sure that you're not bringing clutter into your home. It's an absolute joy to find a bargain, find something new and fresh for a new season, and bring it into your home. It's just one component of a peaceful home.
to have decor you love and walk into a room and just feel at home. I encourage you to take an evening, take a Saturday morning, set your timer for 1 hour and say, I am going to deep clean, make a new bed, put a couple things out, and I'm only going to use that time frame. I'm not going to go any longer. And if you do that, you're not going to find yourself overwhelmed with doing too much. It's the simple little changes that really add up. Thank you so much for joining me today on The Peaceful Home. Have a great day.